walking. Be quiet, don't move. Be quiet, stop talking. Be quiet, don't move. Quiet, stop walking. Somebody's talking. Be quiet, stop walking. Somebody's talking. Quiet, stop walking. Somebody's talking. Be quiet, stop walking. Somebody's talking. Quiet, stop walking. Somebody's talking. Be quiet, stop walking. Somebody's talking. Quiet, stop walking. Be quiet, don't move. Be quiet, stop talking.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Brent, where are you at?
Where am I at? Waynesville, North Carolina.
Oh, man, Waynesville, North Carolina.
Right outside of Asheville.
Yeah. Happy
Cheers,
Friday,
everybody.
folks.
Brother. Jared.
Welcome back.
Cheers.
Oh, well, there's Ed, too. I thought I was going to have to do this by myself tonight.
Man, the last 14 hours have been revolving around helping or getting him moved. And I still haven't even moved the house yet. Like, it's only the truck being loaded right now.
Well, happy Friday, folks. I hope everybody's had a better week than me and Ed.
Yeah, definitely.
I've had a great week, but I've had a great week. So, don't ask me because it'll just make
Brent's always
everything
having these easy weeks down in South Carolina. I'm getting tired.
I love it. I got nothing to complain about.
So,
but I drink for you guys. I drink for you guys. Look, hey, I have these IPAs I found, and I'm not an IPA guy. These IPAs in South Carolina and North Carolina, they may be everywhere for all I know. 9% ABV. So per can, 9% alcohol. I'm like, cheers.
Do you see what time of year it is?
What's yours? Oh, I got you. Holiday, you have the White Ale.
Beers of cheer.
Yeah,
so,
buddy.
Hold on. I want to say hi to everybody in here first before we get started. Let's see. Let's go up to the top here.
Yeah, up to the top.
Strange Paranormal. Happy Friday. Thanks for coming. Mario, thank you for coming. Bluegrass, Marsha and Wayne, thank you. Florna.
Oh.
Jill, formerly known as Brian W., thank you for coming. Cassie, thank you.
Love you, sis.
Hojo, what's up, brother? Smith family, I found out this week that Smith family, the ones that are interested in doing the Benson Hammond, I found out that that he's a Dolphins fan.
Oh. I mean, I ain't got nothing against that side,
My wife used to be a big Dolphins fan.
I remember.
But why? Why? Because there's a dolphin and she likes dolphins.
Hey,
Deb, I want to show off everybody. Deb, if you want to put your link in for your shirt.
That is great.
Spectral Researchers, Spirit Talker shirt.
I love how you have to enunciate that now.
Well, hon, I'm from Baltimore, and we talk kind of funny sometimes. So, Smith family, Randy, I hope you're feeling better. Randy made a post on his community the other day that he wasn't feeling well. I think it may have been the flu, and I'll tell you what, the flu put me on my ass the last time I had it.
It's been hitting a lot of people, yeah.
Faja.
Something's going around, that's for sure.
Yeah. Happy Friday, Faja. Thank you for coming in. Courtney's over there in Facebook land. Thank you, Court.
Love you.
Let me see. Have I missed anybody else here? Heather. Hey, what's up, Heather? Over there in Australia. And Viv Giles. Hi. What does this say? Hi, my partner and I separated about 8 weeks ago. I hope he does. All right. So tonight, we were just going to wing it tonight. Brent wasn't supposed to be on, and me, Ed said, "Well, you know what? Let's just wing it, and now we can hang out and talk real paranormal." Huh? Yes, if you
ruin the fun.
If you're interested in the shirt, Debbie, go ahead and post your store your store link in there. So, go ahead, Ed.
I was gonna say, you mentioned real paranormal, and this is something that's been kind of bugging me all week. So we kind of talked last week about like real paranormal shows and stuff like that, and talking about doing a whole thing into it. I'm not saying get into it tonight, but Netflix has this show. Netflix has this 28 Days Haunted on there, right?
Okay.
And I'm watching it, and I'm like, okay, and it talks about Ed and Lorraine Warren's. I believe it's their son-in-law. Okay, and what bothers me is like, as soon as Ed and Lorraine Warren's name's on it, because they are like, the godfathers of paranormal, as a lot of people look at them, right? It's like all of a sudden now everything is demonic. As soon as they say the Warrens, I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
And it's like I lost all respect because right away it's like, oh, there's demons and everything's. I want somebody to get dropped off, but they ain't shit here.
I actually agree with you. I think that's legit. Like, it would hold more weight. Now, networks don't want that. Networks want you to be tuning in because they want you to be like, demonic, crazy. But
have you looked at?
That would be an awesome episode for them to do the whole thing and be like,
well,
I'm ready for a drink because there ain't nothing here. I don't know.
Wait till everybody sees the 2 Mile House investigation.
Yeah.
I know.
The whole thing is based on the whole 28-day theory, which, I mean, like when you sit there and think about it, it's a good theory that they had of it takes 28 days to fully immerse yourself into what's going on at a location. So,
okay.
Like our overnight investigations or what might be 2 or 3 days is what I agree 100% with that.
Yeah, Joe.
And like, Joe and Ed had a very good conversation from what I heard about. Steve, what's up, man?
I can't wait to hear it.
But it's just, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I can see where the 28 days, like, hey, you are locked into this location, no outside world influence. But at the same time, the psychological aspect of that, where aren't getting no interaction from anybody else, how much of that starts playing in? How much of it now is what's going on here? I have a hard time. Well, I don't believe any of the crap about it because, like I said, the first episode is like, oh, there's demons here. And I'm like, okay. And I'm the guy that when I start watching something, it is very hard for me to not finish watching it. So I had to go through the entire series the whole time. Like, this is crap. This is crap. This is crap.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm going to chime in from like, growing up and coming up in the Word of God, like hearing about demons and stuff like that, and the misconceptions and so forth with different denominational beliefs, coming into this field, meeting Jared early. I mean, Jared, you and I grew up together, but stepping into this field with Jared, we've never once been like,
oh yeah,
we're dealing with a demon. Like even with my, early misconceptions, never thought about something like that. Like there was nothing ever like that.
We could have really thought that at Von Paris.
But did you and I, we had conversations about this, and that was not even a thought. We were like, no, this is just an angry dude. Like everything we listened to, right? Everything we listened to led us to this is just a real angry guy, a person, right? Like legit. Like I could say I was even at times looking for that. I will say that I was looking for the sign of this is that demonic thing. Like not because I wanted it, but just because I thought it needed to be shown or like found or whatever it is. Even trying, I'm like, no, this is not. This is just an angry guy or something. In the worst, like I think Von Paris, you hit it. Von Paris was like one of the probably most negative, I guess we would say. Jared, is that the right?
Yeah,
statement?
he was the most jerk like.
Sure.
But we gotta dig deeper into the Oddfellows too. So
Now that's a good point. We got some new upcoming stuff that's
going back to Jill's question or comment up here. There's some truth to that. You can't come up with a conclusion after 5 hours.
No.
You know, we got a assumption, and we're going to go back there in February, and we're going to reach out.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why I would call it. I give a lot of credit to Antietam. They go to the same locations pretty much, time after time, and they build upon it. And I mean, we go to different locations, but Bensonham is a good one. We have our locations that we go back to, and we want to build upon. And I mean, and granted, Antietam's been doing this consecutively longer than we've been doing it, but they keep the records and all that, and they go back and, like you said, Brent, real time research or communication, but then taking what we caught after the fact back with us,
Yeah.
My wolf's barking. Calm down, Nico.
I heard him.
So we had a premiere earlier this week, Wednesday. I think it was the first actual edited video with the ghost. But no, it's not. I was wrong.
Yeah.
Oddfellows was.
Yep.
But there was a really good ghost box session with the ghost box that we created, the Pasadena Paranormal Ghost Box. I know you were there. Jill loved it. A lot of people loved it. But if you missed it, go ahead. It's up on the channel. It was a good episode. My favorite part was the little girl saying 3 that we all heard with our ears.
Yeah. There's so much that. Here's the thing. Like, I actually listened back at that when you sent it to me after it was all done.
Hey, Josh, what's up, man?
There was so much that happened. It was kind of a blur in my memory. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When I listened back, I was like, oh, man, I remember that. Oh, yes. So it's hard for me to pin down which my favorite part was. There was things like I remember listening to that real time and being like, dude, I hear Spanish. I hear Spanish. I don't know if I hear Spanish now, like listening to it. I really was hoping someone would chime in like, yep, I hear it too. Like, that's definitely, Espanol. But I don't know if it is, but in the moment, I remember hearing it, and that was like a huge thing to me because there was a mystery about it. Like, why? Yeah. Why is this coming through in Spanish and it should not be?
I'm just looking right now. Remember the name we got out of the ghost box? Didn't you say something about a Courtney when we were there, Ed?
Ed did. I remember that too. Do you remember that, Ed?
The first time we were there, the first time he said something about a Courtney, but look in the chat.
Where am I
Courtney
looking
Peterson. Remember, her full name was said in that episode.
Yeah. Yes. Wait a second. That's crazy.
It is, isn't it? I just looked at it.
There's some kind of psychic connection here. What's going on there? Why is that?
The first time that we got there, Ed said something about a Courtney. And
yes, that's what I remember too.
So
this is weird. That's wild. Yes, you, you, Courtney Peterson.
Yes, you. They were probably trying to call you over there, Courtney.
Yeah, what's going on here? We're going to have to get to the bottom of that. That's wild right there.
So next week, folks, I made the link. It's up on the channel. Next Friday, this show won't be in Woodbridge, North Carolina, or Ed's house or my house. It's going to be at the Benson Hammond house. And we'll be live from the Benson Hammond house doing a hour podcast like this. Yeah. And then from the end of this show, we're going to jump into a 2-hour live stream investigation. And
I hope we have no technological issues.
It's the first time we've ever done anything like this, so you're going to have to work with us. 2-hour live court. So the whole thing is going to be 3 hours. So you're going to see a lot of us next Friday. Friday, the 9th.
Hopefully we get something good. I mean, we can't guarantee anything. It'll, you get to see us in action.
Cool
There'll be Christmas decorations. We can guarantee that.
Christmas decor and us trying our best to get something to happen for 2 hours.
And we also may break our golden rule and have a few drinks as well.
That's oddly enough my biggest question has been to Jared. Like, hey, DTI has become accustomed to drink while we talk.
Hey, remember what I told you before? I ain't gonna say the location here where I said we should do it at, but Spirits with the Spirits.
Spirits with the Spirits. Yeah, exactly.
If anybody patents that out there, I say you heard it here first.
That's us.
Trademark. I'll come after you.
You're trying to remember what you said. Spirits with the tavern, right? Has to be a tavern.
Yeah. Well, a tavern or another place like a tavern.
Which episode?
Hold on a second.
Which episode are we talking about?
Yeah, there you go.
I got you. There you go. Check your phone. I don't want to say the name of the place here because I know you ain't talked to them.
Oh.
Spirits of the Spirits. Mm-hmm.
Are we talking the town of London?
No. Did you just get my text?
No, I didn't get it.
All right, well, don't. You're gonna throw it away. You're gonna give it away anyway.
Yeah. But nah, I mean, I think that'd be a great fundraiser for them.
Oh, here's Steve. Steve, we've talked about this. I'll pull Steve up. Steve's always got really good questions.
We have talked about this.
Courtney
has one. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Courtney has one too?
No. I'll bring it up in a minute after this one.
All right. So, okay, Jared, have you experienced using an old black and white TV and trying to get to come through on the white noise along with using your ghost box and the echo effects? I think that'd be totally interesting, and people will claim that they have seen photos and voices coming through those old black and white TVs when they're set off channels. I'm just curious. You are I'm not the professor. I'm the assistant when it comes to that. Brent's the professor when it comes to this kind of stuff. He asked me a question that when he's stuck in but he's the inventor over there.
You know what's funny is, Garrett, what did I give you last week?
Brent, I want to tell you what Ed gave me last week.
You did not find an old CRT TV.
An old tube TV with a radio. With a
antenna?
Radio.
What do you mean?
It's one of the ones you would take. Remember, you used to take like the old TV, like the old 9-inch TV. I have 2 of them. I gave one to Jared, and Garrett, guess what? The other one was in the truck. It was in between 2 boxes. So I have another one for you guys as well.
So if you want to take that home with you next Friday, Brent, and mess around with
I'll grab it. That's cool. So it has antenna on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a manual scan radio.
So our sister Courtney from Trinity actually hit me up and asked me a question about what is it? Real-time radio communication.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, are you aware of that? I think Kevin does it.
Is that shortwave?
I think it is short. I think it's shortwave, but she was asking if we had done anything with it, which we haven't. But I know we've heard a few. I want to say Kevin in particularly has been doing stuff with it. Direct, there it is. Direct. Thank you, Court. Direct radio voice.
We haven't done anything with it.
No, but she said so. She has other paranormal associates or friends that have been using it and have been getting some very interesting responses. Kevin as well gets very compelling and mind-blowing responses.
Kevin gets good stuff with that.
We should try it. I'm not saying we should.
Let's try it. I sound low.
Yeah, Brent's not loud.
Oh, that's probably why.
Well, Brent's a loudmouth.
My volume's down, I think.
I think you sound fine.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
I can hear you fine.
Honey, Weeping Willow is Cassie.
Yes. Yes, Jackie. Weeping Willow is Cassie, our sister.
You know what I should do? So, hey, Brent, moving all my dad's stuff. He's got all this old radio equipment, equalizers, and all that stuff.
Stop it.
If you want it, Brent, they are in boxes. You can take them home with you next week.
Bring it. Oh, brother, don't you tease me on this Christmas, on this happy Christmas.
You know where it's going. You know where it's going to wind up going most likely?
Don't say the dump. No. Ed, be a merry, holly, jolly.
Listen, I tell you what. Before we head over to Benson Hammond, let's meet early over at my storage unit, right?
Yeah, okay.
I'll open up the boxes. You can tell me what you want and what you you can take what you want, what you don't want.
Done.
Go to Goodwill.
Done.
Because I was looking at this. I hit a point today. I mean, for those of you guys that don't know, I've been spending the last 6 weeks trying to find a place for my dad to go. It's a headache. It's a hassle. But
does he know all that? That you're just getting rid of stuff?
I don't care if he knows, bro. All right. Brent, when I see this is too much for everybody over there. Trust me, I need a therapist right now.
No, you need one of these. 9% alcohol by volume.
I just hit that wall today where I looked over at it and I was like, you know what? I'm done. I don't care about that stuff no more. And then I'm looking at it and I'm like, Brent might want that stuff. Brent could build stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm done. And then next thing I know, I'm taping up another box to put the stuff in. I'm like,
Jackie has a suggestion.
Jackie, sis.
You know what? I gotta be over there at 6 o'clock in the morning to make sure he's up so I can get on the road. So I'll stop by your house.
Yeah. You just shaved like 5 years off of Ed's life with that one statement.
So Joe has a premiere tomorrow from the Low Theater, 8 o'clock tomorrow. We put the link in there. Debbie, if you go up to the top, she also put her link in for her merch store. Wearing the new Spectral Researcher shirt.
Loving it.
Spectral, not Spectoral. Damn this Baltimore. For anybody that doesn't know, on the road is my beautiful fiance and the Pasadena Paranormal Case Manager, Jackie. If you haven't subscribed to her channel, go ahead. She'll take you.
Watch her stuff. If you don't smile, something's wrong with you. I'll be right
she'll
back.
take you all over the place, but I'm the one driving. So, also, we're going to be working on, if you didn't see Oddfellows 1, we're working on Oddfellows 2. I got it all ready for voiceovers, and it'll be premiering the Wednesday of the 14th, December 14th. That's going to be our last upload for the year. We're going to take it easy in December. But we'll be live next week, and we'll be doing another premiere on the 14th. Go ahead, Ed.
Oh, nothing.
No, I thought you had something.
Nope.
You had some, Ed.
I thought you had.
I did too. I'm excited for next week. I really am. I get to see my sons. So I'm coming up there, get to see my sons, hang out with you guys, my brothers, and my sister.
Yep.
At Benson Hammond House on Christmas or at Christmas time. I'm so excited, bro.
You know something? Actually, what's kind of funny is I wasn't going to say nothing, right? But you guys talking about, I'm like, and it started hitting my head. So I tried to share Kelly's page to our Facebook page for her bath and beauty stuff because she has all of her Halloween scents on clearance. And I'm like, you know who likes Halloween scents? Paranormal people.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm thinking I should ask Jared about this, but I wasn't actually doing it. So maybe Jared's starting to get some ESP with me or something now.
Ed, bro, I told you that's your channel. That's your page too, man.
Well,
this channel, dude, it's not mine. It's all of ours.
Somebody cloned my account the other day, messaged my stepbrother's family, and drained my stepnephew's account.
I hate when that shit happens.
So I had to go and change all my passwords. And that Facebook was like, "Is this you?" I'm like, "Yes, it's me. I'm logging in from my device. Everything." Yeah. So when I try to get to our page, it logs me in and out. It's been crazy lately.
Yep. It's been crazy this week for me as well, man. I had one of those days. I think it was Monday was horrible, and then Tuesday carried over. And I told everybody in our group chat that I felt like putting a fist through somebody's neck that day, and it took everything that I had not to. It was bad. It was Tuesday.
That's pretty brutal, man.
Oh, I was so angry.
Glad you didn't follow through.
Something happened at work today.
I want to hear this. Everybody, stop.
Now,
listen.
Mind you, where I work is a federal building, so I won't tell you the name of it. But something happened, and we caught it on camera. I work in security. We do the cameras and the card readers and stuff like that. And we had it on camera, and it caused an alarm that we had to go inspect. So part of the job is going over the video footage to see what caused the alarm. So when I reviewed the video footage, it was a balcony on the 7th floor. It's also a condemned space because you have to have fall protection to go out on it. So nobody was out on it. Sun was shining this way. There was no shadows casted. There's 2 handle sets, 2 doors. When the alarm came in,
I'm already seeing where this is. I know exactly what you're talking about.
The handle set came up, opened the door opened and closed. Handle set went up. It didn't go down. Handle set went up, opened, and closed.
Really?
That's interesting.
It's very interesting. So I went up to inspect it. Like, is this wind caused? And I'm like, dude, this is a spring-loaded handle set. You have to physically move this thing. And there's a suction to the door as well. So when you open the doors fly open, right? They'll fly open. They won't come back. As soon as, so the door's not resting on the door handle, right? The door's not resting on the ledge. Something literally opened that door and closed it.
You said the 7th floor? It's an external door on the 7th floor. And don't say too much. I'm just trying to make sure I do pictures.
Off-site.
Fair enough. I'm thinking of the wrong location. Okay.
Off-site.
All right.
12th Street.
Gotcha. Oh, now I know I'm thinking of yeah, okay. I'm with you.
You know where I'm talking about?
Yes. Now I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That door went.
But the handle set went up?
The handle set latched up and went back down. It
All
went
right,
down.
so
it's not like it went,
the
got me
biggest
stuck.
skeptic and tech nerd on probably on the group. I will tell you that is not a rational thing.
I tried.
That is not a physical thing that should ever happen.
I tried to recreate it. And I'm sitting there, and I'm a door.
I don't care how much direct sunlight you put on that handle with heat. There's no wind that could make that happen outside of a string attached. Nope. That's not possible.
That's crazy. And so
when you saw that, was all the guys like, "This is your stuff. You go find out what's going on."
That's what they said. They were like, "Are you spending?"
Because they know it.
I was like, I got. I can if I wanted to, but yeah, it was crazy. Like, I'm sitting there like, holy crap, I can't believe what I just saw on camera. Like, I wanted to take my phone, and
yeah,
record it and turn it into a short today, but I didn't.
Yeah, that would not be good for your current job situation.
You'd be moving a lot sooner than you thought you would.
Yeah.
It was nuts, man. Like, one of my coworkers was watching the video with me, and when he saw it, he went, "Oh!" Like that handle moved. That handle moved.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I can't show you that one, Jill. That's at work. That's some top secret information there.
Yeah.
How was your thing at High Point Elementary tonight?
She did well, and guess what? I told her how to alter one of her soaps, and she got kind of frustrated, but she sold out with the one I told her to alter.
Sold out.
More visually appealing.
There you go. So also, we got some things coming up in January. I can't wait for this one. It's going to be the end of January, maybe middle. But we're going to go back to the Bohemian House in Ellicott City.
Yes.
And we're going to do a 2-location investigation on Main Street, Ellicott City. We're going to have the Bohemian House, and it looks like it's going to be the one next to it, not the one.
That's cool. That's the one I want out of those other two.
That's what I was telling Brett.
Oh,
yep.
Brent, it's like I told you last week. I walked in there, and one was like, she's all excited, but then turned like story time. You know, people were like gathering around.
That's what. Yes, I was wondering if that was that location. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
and like I couldn't even get to walk through the building because so many people were walking up and asking questions and wanting to hear the stories and all that. And all I was able to do is go up to the steps, and I hit the top of the second floor. I'm like, oh. And before I could even get into what I was feeling, I hear people downstairs asking about us. I'm like, let me go talk to the fans.
First off, that's cool.
Yeah,
Second off, I have a question. Hold on. I have a question directly to you, Ed, for that situation. When you're in that kind of situation there where it was story time, so it was owner, right? The person who owns the building was telling stories. When they're telling stories, are you getting anything on your antenna? Like, you know, from others, like, hey, they're talking about us. Hey, that's talking about, she's talking about me right now. Like, do you get that?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It all depends on what's going on. There was like so much energy in there.
Yep.
Right. Like, because all the people are like starting to like migrate, like, hey, this guy's talking about ghost hunting and stuff.
Right.
And one lady, Kelly just mentioned her, Kelly got stopped outside by a lady who worked at the visitor center in Gettysburg. But she tells me while we're talking, she's like, you may not know this, but you had something with you in there. And I was like, oh, somebody told me I had something. Okay, cool. You know,
I know.
Have something.
Like I said,
thank you, Captain Obvious.
As soon as I hit that second floor up there, I'm like, oh, and like Kelly and Desiree walked out by the time I got done talking to people. I'm like, man, I really want to go back through here, but I also want to, not hold everybody up all day.
Yeah. Man, that's gotta be a tough one too. Go ahead.
Courtney's asking if anybody can ask questions during the investigation at BHH next week.
First off, Courtney says, I'm pretty sure any one of us will, but you put out questions, I will specifically ask them in your place.
The cool part about this with the new creation of the edited case files that premiered Wednesday is all three of us are going to have one of our handhelds. So we're going to be recording as well. So we can also put an edited version of this live stream out after the
yeah.
You know?
Yep.
I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that'll be anybody can ask questions.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Actually, it'll help us out a lot if everybody asks questions. Hello, Tina. Thank you for coming in. Tina was in our premiere the other day. She asked if all was welcome, if I remember correctly. And yes, all is welcome in our chat.
Always. And going back to Courtney's question, Court, and this is not just to our sister Courtney, but you type out a question. I don't know how we're going to do this exactly. I'm assuming I do have a vision of me being able to see what's being asked.
what we'll have is
that and being able to say it, but I want to be able to. Hopefully, we'll be able to lay it out like that so that we can say yes. If someone puts a question in, especially someone who has been following the Benson Hammond house, investigations with us, but can't get on site. Yeah, I want to be able to ask your questions.
I mean, it's always good to get outside input because they might be thinking about something that we skipped.
Yep.
I mean, like Courtney, our sister Courtney there has definitely been putting things together for over a year now, and she's never been to the site. She's just been watching our videos and putting stuff together.
I hope you feel
creating an understanding that she's getting from what we're providing to our community. So, yeah. I'm very much in.
Court's been following the case very closely. Very close.
And this is a community effort, so I'm all about it.
Deb said she's going to be watching, so that's cool. Anybody can, somebody's going to be manning this, I think, at all times.
I think at all times, right? Okay, good.
Somebody should be.
At least one of us will be sitting in front of this watching. Yes. Yep. Okay.
And, we have radios, and, hey, we got a question. This has got the opportunity to be really freaking cool. You know what I'm saying?
Love you, Cassie.
All right. See you later, Cass. Thanks for coming. But this has an opportunity next week to be really cool. So I'm gonna try my best to share it out everywhere. It's gonna be on Facebook. It's gonna be on YouTube. It's gonna be on Court. We gotta come up with something about parallax. If you can take it down to another channel or another network, I don't know if I'll be able to turn it off, but I'll put that in your hands. You're the program director. You got this, sis.
You got it.
You got it. So yeah, I can't wait for the Bohemian House again. Brent, I can't wait for you to get inside the Bohemian House, and I also can't wait for us to be able to spread out because it is a small location.
Yeah.
So having that second location is going to help out a lot. It's going to help out a lot.
Did you say they're conjoining or across the way? Can't remember.
They're conjoining. They're side by side.
They're conjoining. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But there's a stone wall. Is there joined wall? So it's not like plaster and drywall. It is stone. We're not going to hear them.
Granite, stone. You're not going to be able to. There's going to be no sound contamination from the other one.
I'm taking Jackie with me first for protection, and second because the last time you guys said when you went there, you said that the girls had the most interaction, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be interesting.
That's awesome.
Was it do like guys and girls and then intermingle and everything?
Yeah. All right. What does it say? Man, that's a lot of words. I have had
basically it's the same
way too many of these drinks.
Same thing Jarrett was saying. We'll have somebody monitoring and say, "Hey, we have a question."
Yep.
Send it out to everybody.
Yep, that's probably what we're going to try to do. No worries, Joe. Thanks for coming, brother. Hey, Joe has a premiere tomorrow at 8:00. I'm going to put it in our community.
Yes.
And I'll see you there. I'll be there. 8:00 tomorrow. Even though the Big Ten championship starts at 8.
You stop.
Your video, Joe.
Good. And, priorities. Come on. Family.
Definitely. So, these guys want to share some things a little bit, or you want to open it up to some chats?
Always want to open some chats. I do want to know one thing. Has Joe? All right. No spoilers. Ed, you had your conversation with Joe?
Yeah.
Are you excited? Are you excited for it?
I feel like I didn't give him a lot, really.
What?
Because do
it again. Stop. You go give Joe everything you got.
I did. I gave him everything I had. It's just my experience from what was there from what the story is, my experience was really calm. I mean, like I have my own little interactions, but I'm like, wait a second, what is that? But like when
okay, so man, I'm not trying to spoil anything. So if I lead into any questions he hits on, shut me up. Don't answer them.
okay.
But did the conversation like bring any thoughts to your mind to be like, you know what? Now thinking about it, that does seem like it was something from that, paranormal.
Hey, this was 1991 when all this happened with me.
So how old were you in 91?
11, 10 and 11. So
okay.
I've had 30 years to process everything that happened. I found out about we call it the episode in 2006 roughly. So now I've had another 16 years to process that with everything. I've been investigating for 7 years. So I have time to stack all this stuff up where I'm like, wait a second. Okay, now I know what's going on.
I trimmed mine up a little bit this week, Josh. I trimmed the stuff up.
All right, so I gotta say this. I told Liz, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna trim all this here to meet this here, and just let it all grow out again." She was like, "Oh, thank God." I was like, "What?" She was like, "I love I want the beard again." I'm like, "Oh, damn, baby." All you gotta say is grow beard, and you'll see that thing grow.
Mine doesn't go past like this, really. What's here?
You don't trim that up?
I can leave it like this for the next 3 months, and it won't do much.
No way. What?
Yeah, like it doesn't get long or anything. Like it might get a little bit more bushier here.
Mine will get like Jared's. I usually get annoyed with it. But if my woman is like, "Hey."
I hate looking down.
I'll be like, okay, I'll grow it out.
Sometimes at work, I'll be sitting there and working on something, with my hands, and this shit comes up in here, and I'm like,
it gets in your eyes. Like, what is that?
Get out of here.
Yeah, I trim up all the low neck beard that goes on.
That neck beard annoys me the most. Yeah. It's all in here. I got to keep this.
The Andrew
look up real quick. Look up. All right, so okay, good. Yeah, you're just growing out this right here. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I mean, I do like around my mouth, the mustache area, and like right below the lips, because what I hate is I go take a drink or something, and then next thing I feel like I just got in the shower.
I call this the Ragnar Lothbrok.
The Lothbrok. Yeah, buddy. All right. Back to paranormal.
Hey. It's the holidays,
Yeah.
Next week's going to be all paranormal. I promise. Yeah.
Hey, we got to look good for our fans,
Yeah.
I'm going to chop Jared's off while he's sleeping if he doesn't stop like a dumb truck. I'm sorry.
Lorena Bobbitt style? Yee.
She said I sound like a bear when I sleep.
You are a bear. You're a furry bear. You all think his beard is thick. Look at his chest hair.
It's those Scandinavian.
When he was like 14, we were like, dude, are you wearing a sweater? What the?
I can't help it. It's my
We
jeans.
were all trying to grow a little shade on our upper lip. Jared's like he is right now, like, what's up, guys? And I'm not
bullshit. 8th grade, I was one of the only people in 8th grade with a full goatee.
That's a fact. That is actually true. Legit true fact right there.
Jared's walking around trying to fix a Millennium Falcon and all like Chewbacca.
It doesn't translate up here.
See, I'm fine because I got all this up here still.
I got some up top too. Me too, Ed. Oh my God, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh man, the good old days.
So, No Shame November is over. Jill, I haven't shaved fully in probably 8 months.
I don't even want. We don't even need the details on fully. Those quotations.
Well,
That popcorn?
we can't be doing that.
Really?
Got to maintain. Anybody have any paranormal questions? Do you want to share some of your
Get some questions at us.
some of your paranormal experiences that you have experienced in your life in the chat? I'll share one. Well, I did share one today at work. Brent, you want to share the steps?
Popcorn. Share what?
The steps at your mom's house?
Oh my God, that one scared the crap out of me. That's why I'm so jumpy to this day. Look, to this day, I'm literally the most jumpy human being on the face of the planet. Like, if I go into a room that's dark, no, I'm like,
Jackie probably feels the same.
When I was a kid, house I grew up in was highly active, and a friend of mine came over and asked me to go out into the woods. We had the woods we used to explore, go to the pond, catch frogs. I mean, it was just kid stuff. And my sister was up in her room, so I went upstairs to, hey, I'm going out in the woods. I'll be back in a few hours. Now, crazy stuff had been happening in this house since we moved in, so instantly. And so it was nothing new, but we were kind of used to it. It's like, whatever. It was just normal stuff. And I ended up going, so you didn't think about it. So I'm just laying that out. We didn't think about paranormal or ghosts or whatever. It was just what it was. And I went up these steps, and I kind of went up like you do as a kid. If anybody have ever done it, like on your hands and feet, kind of. So when I got to the top of the landing upstairs, my hands were on the top floor. I was at the top of the steps. And the first thing that got my attention, though, was our cat. My parents' door was right at the top of the steps to the right. And the cat was just arched up and hissing and puffed up like a cat does when it's scared. And I was like, and I kind of cocked over to the left, like, oh, my bad. Like, Callie, I'm sorry. That was the name of our cat. And I realized she's not looking at me. She's looking past me. Like, I'm staring at her. And I was like, and the second I turned, there was this shadow face. I'm not kidding. It was a shadow with eyes and a smile right there. Like, I was like, and it was like right here. Oh, I just got chills up myself right now. Like, right now, every hair is on edge on my body. And it freaked me. I rolled backwards down the steps, straight stairwell, straight down. There was the door at the bottom for the closet for the coats. I smashed through that. That's how, boom, through that, got up, ran out the door, passed my friend, and ran down to the creek. And I sat there and cried for 2 hours because I thought my sister was dead, and I abandoned her. And like, my friend had consoled me for 2 hours till I got home. That was crazy, bro. But up and now, I won't lie. Every time I go to, if I turn my head and I go to, this way, I'm like, I'm expecting something freaky always in my old age to be there.
That shit will stick with you.
I can't break it. That's psychology, though,
That shit will stick with you. It will.
Yep.
Deb is asking about, what do you feel about imaginary friends? She had lived in a Victorian house and played in the attic a lot and had an imaginary friend named Timothy Pickleford.
It's funny.
Hold on. First off, hold on. Let's get into this. Did you make up that name, or did Timothy?
Yeah, did he give it?
Tell you that was his name?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's funny because like probably in the last month or two, that thought like crossed my mind, because you'll have like that internal dialogue you got going on, and I'm like, have I been talking to people like when I'm having these conversations, or am I just having an imaginary friend at my old age? Because it's funny, because I saw a thing saying that there was people who walk around with no internal dialogue. It's like you just walk around in silence all the time. What's wrong with it?
Right.
My brain is constantly doing something or talking to somebody, or
Probably sounds like a Ed's head probably sounds like one of those auditoriums before the
that little mouse in there.
Right.
Yeah, that little mouse is on that wheel going crazy in there right now.
Pause that. I wonder. This is a legit thought in my Brent's head. I wonder how much Ed has tuned out. Like, you know, like I'm thinking about me, like my perception of reality. Right? My perception of reality and how much my brain has just automatically tuned out so that I can have a normal existence. Like Ed could be getting so bombarded that his brain has actually like shut off, like just how like your eyes, like if you actually realize your eye sees your nose, but your brain cuts off your nose. You don't see your nose. Is Ed's brain shutting out voices and images right now? Look at him. Look at him right now. He's not even looking at us.
I'm listening to you said.
But listen, I don't even care what you're saying. I'm talking to Jared.
Watch the investigation videos. I mean,
listen. Ed right now, not even paying attention to us, looking at something else. If he's getting bombarded with like 1,000 spirits, but his brain has found a way to put a wall up, and look, if you want to talk to my man Ed, you have to meet these criterias and come through this passage to get to his attention. Like, I wonder about that.
So look at the stuff that he goes through, though. You know,
I know.
Watch out in the speakeasy. Ed looked like he just got done running a fucking marathon.
I know exactly. Think about what I just said there and that statement. That Ed looks like he went through a marathon, but that might be like the fraction. Because if I don't know. And Ed, I'm not trying to speak for you, but I'm like,
damn, Josh.
The brunt of what could be hit you, I would think it would drive you insane. Like literally insane. You could not function day to day. So your brain has to compensate or create things that allows you to function in this world. Like that's the only thing I can say.
So the funny thing you say is there was one day where I saw one, the girls or whatever, and she's like, "You need to talk to your guides." And I was like, "All right, I'll do it." And I'm like, I decided, hey, I'm gonna go from this to this. I want to see my guides. Yeah, I did that, and I'm like, holy shit! And right away I was like, done.
That's it.
You're done. Like I don't want to know more.
Brent, it was bad enough.
Hold on. Go ahead.
It was bad enough where when you guys are like, hey, if you want to talk to Ed, you gotta get through me first.
Yeah.
Well, the people that have to get through, I'm like, there's too many of you guys. I don't like people.
It's like this.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit.
That's awesome. That's exactly what I was thinking.
See, Joshua, I see shadows moving around on investigations all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I'm the one that sees the shadow movements all the time.
Every time. Calls it out. Legit.
I don't know what
it is nerve-wracking, I won't lie.
It is.
It's scary sometimes. Like, what, where?
How was that?
Where? No, what really gets you is when it's dead silent for minutes.
Yeah.
And you're all like waiting for the next thing to happen, and all of a sudden Jared catches something. You don't want to be in that room when that happens.
Hey, I want to go back to
what do I think?
Yes. Yeah. Deb's question.
Joshua wants to know what we think of this. The question that he was asking.
All right, go ahead, and then we'll ask Deb.
I was in a basement a while back, and the shadow was standing there at the support pole, and no casting from the far window. Then it's suddenly swooped to the far brick wall and was gone. It's
Sweet.
just shadow play. I wouldn't say it's an evil spirit.
No.
Just void of light, visible light.
Yeah.
Man,
the last thing I would go to for anything, I don't care what anybody says. The last thing to go to is, oh, this is an evil spirit.
Yep.
Like, all right, if you were to look at your neighbor and judge his actions, good or evil, like, there you go. Would you be willing to say on one action that your neighbor is an evil or a good person because they moved somewhere real fast, because they ran across the yard?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, be very careful. Just because it's a shadow, does it mean it's evil? Is that what we're coming to now? I don't know.
All right, so where's Deb's question?
It's actually way above.
Yeah, she's asking if I feel vibrations. So she feels vibrations before something heavy happens.
Yeah.
I don't feel vibrations on investigations, but I'll be sitting there sometimes, and yeah, that's true, Jackie. I'll look at my wife and be like, "Hey, are you moving? Like we're laying in bed."
See, Jackie, yes.
We're laying in bed, and I'll look over at her and be like, "Are you moving?" And she's like, "No." And it would literally feel like there's a small earthquake going on.
Well, okay, so explain vibrations. What is Deb talking about? Explain that to Jared and I.
I'm the worst person to explain it. To be honest.
No, you're not. You're the perfect person.
I've been told about them. Basically, like your body's in a frequency, like with the universe and everything. So basically, you're getting energy. If I may be wrong on how I explain this, so if I'm wrong, feel free.
No, you're not. There's no wrong here. Just tell me what you think.
Like I can literally sit there and I will feel like I'm just like a small earthquake going on. Like I'm riding over a bumpy road or something, and I'm like, what in the world's going on? And I had to sit there and look around, and
now you could look at somebody next to you. Hold on. Now I've been through a couple earthquakes now, and I know what they feel like. I've been to the point where, like, holy crap, what is going on? You could look at someone next to you and say, do you feel that? And they say, absolutely not. You feel like it's an earthquake?
Oh yeah. Like
that's trippy. That's real trippy.
You remember the vibrating beds that were a big thing back in the 70s?
Yes.
Water beds? That's what it feels like.
I'm poor. Of course I do. I spend a lot of time at those hotels.
That's what it feels like. That's the best way I can say it. And I'm just sitting like, okay, what's going on? And like I'll be perfectly still and I'm looking around and everybody's acting fine. And I'm like, oh shit. Because now I'm sitting there and now I'm starting to scan the room like, whose relative or whose friend, has somebody trying to talk to me?
Hold on. We got to pause this. We got to ask a little more in-depth question. And I'm looking at Deb's question here through my body. So are you feeling this? And Deb, I'm going to ask you this simultaneously. Ed and Deb and anybody else. Are you feeling this like the ground is shaking? If I'm standing and I feel the earth quaking, it's feet and my whole body registers it to some degree. Are you feeling it that way?
Yeah.
That's insane, bro. That's wild.
Literally just sitting there and it's like, what? So what makes it really bad for me, being a diabetic, I will get the shakes when my sugar gets low, right? I have taken readings and my sugar is perfectly fine. And I'm just like, okay, what's going on here? Like I said, I was scanning to see what's going on.
That's wild. I really honestly don't understand that. Like, what's happening? Is there any theories right now? Because obviously it's not just an Ed incident. Yeah. Deb's feeling it, so clearly it's across the board. What's the theory behind it right now?
The way that I understand it is it's you aligning with what the universe has for you. The manifestation thing we were talking about before. Right? Okay. So if I'm
oh my God, we're almost out of time. Go ahead, keep going.
Other than a purple leprechaun thing, you're just basically starting to feel like what the universe has for you. Like something's about ready to come to you, and it's something that is destined for you. is the way that I understand.
So something big is about to be revealed. You feel this? Is that a way to look at it?
Yeah. Or there's something on the other side that's like, hey, I'm getting ready to come through to communicate with you. You know?
Even if it's just to say hi?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I will literally
how are you guys living in this scenario? Oh my God.
Like
I said, I was sitting there and be like, if I'm at home, I'm comfortable with it because I'm like, okay, what's going on? Let me process this and let me think about all the people on the other side who comes through to me often. Because what's funny is me having a gift where I can get messages from the other side. There are several people who have passed where I don't hear anything from. And I sat there one day, I'm like, why don't I hear from these people? And I literally get, because you're not ready for it yet. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like that was the answer right away. And I'm like, if I'm not ready for that and I'm already getting stuff, was it Jerry who said, like, hey, if you want to talk to A, you got to get to me first.
Right.
You know, there is a wall that surrounds me where it's like,
I'm sure, it far outweighs Jared and I. It's something else intensely, like, way beyond my karate stance. Karate stance. All right, Jared. We're after an hour.
Court said we can go longer if we wanted to.
How much longer?
I don't know.
I've had way too much to drink.
But let's just finish these ones up right here. Court's asking if we've ever done the Estes at Benson Hammond. That might be something that we do live next week.
You know what? We haven't.
That's when we've done the Estes. Really, is at Laurel.
We need to do an Estes again.
Howard County.
Hold on, Howard County. We need to do an Estes.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool to do an Estes with Echovox. I'm just going to put that out there.
Okay. I think Ed was the first one that did a wireless Bluetooth Echovox Estes. At Benson Hammond.
Echovox?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, he did.
When did we do that?
It was a short session, but that was the last when you and I high-fived.
Yeah.
No, that was not Echo. That was not Estes.
No, he did. He had the earbuds in.
Did he really?
Yep.
I
put my wireless earbuds in.
All right.
Up in the
I apologize.
And we could do that. We could do it again. We could do it.
I think it's the right way to go. Yep.
We could do an Estes.
All right. What else we got?
Colin from Paranormal. I think he's diabetic too. It's true. Thanks for the awesome live chat, guys. I feel it. Deb's still talking about the vibration. She said she feels when the spirit's near, who really wants to communicate. Basically,
I
what
saw that. That's trippy.
No, Dark. We're
located. I won't lie. I won't think about the pharaoh. Sorry, Jerry. Go ahead. Say it again.
No, my beautiful fiance beat me to the punch there. Thanks, honey. I believe spirits vibrate at a higher frequency, and some of us can pick up on that. Ed is the spirit whisperer, Courtney.
You know what? So hold on. Let's pause for a minute. I think each one of us, honestly, all four of us, pick up on something. Like we all, and that kind of goes to everybody in this chat, everybody walking through life. I think everybody actually picks up on something. It's how much attention you pay to it and how in tune your brain's physiology is to it. I think there is something. There's got to be something genetic that is passed down that allows you to actually tune in. But I think it's also that perception and desire and willingness to
communicate,
receive, whatever it is. Ed, help me with a word here. I don't know what to say, but you know what I'm saying?
The best thing to do on an investigation, if you want interaction, is to open up to the communication.
Yeah, not open yourself to be taken over by something.
Don't be closed off. Open yourself up, and you'll be surprised what happens.
I mean, I've had, the stones in my pocket, black tourmaline for protection and all that. And I'm like, you know what? Let me take this out and see what happens. And I've actually felt the difference. Like, oh, okay, I opened up with it by getting rid of that. So
and I don't, and like, so that's foreign to me. So people will talk about crystals and rocks and sage. Yeah. To me, that is trusting in a physical thing. And to me, it's like, I don't get that. That does not mean it's not a real thing. Like that's like saying this wall right here that I can touch. Wind is only not allowed to pass through it because I believe in it. No, it's not allowed to pass through it because of the physical properties of it. That could be exactly what's going on with the crystals in your pocket or the sage that people burn. So there's a physical property. If it's real, that's a whole nother conversation I want to get into because I don't get it. If it's real, there's something there that we all need to be honing in on.
Because the thing is like, am I blocked off because I have this and I take it out, and taking it out is subconsciously, now I'm like, okay, now I can open up,
Or is it a physical, is it a mental?
Is it an actual physical thing?
Exactly. Do you having that? If you have that thing, does it create a wall? Right? Does it physically create a wall, or is it your brain's trust in this that creates a wall? Yep. That's such a big conversation we need to have.
It could be a psychological thing.
Is it a psychological or is it a physical? That's a big question, because in that is a clue to what physically spirits are.
It's almost like the same.
Joe's question the other week.
It's almost the same question. Now, like, I'm not saying it's the same question, but it's along the same lines. Like when I say more research is needed to go into the residual. Into the residual aspect. Like so many TV shows or people are quick to say, oh, that's just residual. It's nothing. No, I want to know why that's happening.
Carl, what's up?
I want to know why residual was happening.
Right,
what's up,
right.
Elena, what's up?
Elena, sis, what's up? Love you, sis.
So, I think that's going to be it for tonight, boys.
Yeah, let's say we're over an hour. We'll go for 3 hours if you let us, Jared.
But Crow and Helena, if you missed earlier, next Friday we'll be doing this show from inside one of our favorite locations, the Benson Hammond House. And right after the 1 hour podcast, we're going to get into a 2 hour live stream investigation. So be on the lookout for that. Marilyn, you're going to have to do the rewatch. We're 7 minutes over. But that's going to be it. Yeah, go ahead. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good. We're going to take questions from the chat, so y'all can be involved with the investigation as well.
Very much so.
It's a very active place, and it'll be a good time. Next Friday, 9:15. But that'll be it for tonight. So for me,
and for Brent,
and Ed,
Pasadena Paranormal, we wish you adieu, and we will not let you walk into that darkness alone. Have a good weekend.
Love y'all. Cheers.